Hello, I'm Dr. Janae Brown,
And I'm Dr. Nicole Palermo.
and we're two physical therapists at Physical Therapy San Pedro in San Pedro, California. Today, we are coming to talk to you about why you need a sports physical therapist. So, Dr. P, we've been committed to doing these monthly kind of conversation blogs and discussions, and we are busy, right? So we've been really busy amongst this, pandemic and everybody being out of work. We've been in a situation where things haven't really changed for us too much. We've actually been lately more busier than we've been, in a long, long time. So we're really fortunate in that way. And you would think, right, that right now with, nobody playing sports and we're starting to play sports again, but all this time teams haven't been playing and practicing, and you think, how can a sports physical therapist be busy? But injuries occur when people are doing their own home workouts. They occur when they're doing these Zoom virtual things with their teams, which is happening more often now. They occur because they're going out and skateboarding when they're not a skateboarder, and they're breaking elbows and breaking legs and things like that. So we're still busy, right? I mean, we've been really grateful in that way to have that happen. So I think we're super blessed. We wanted to start by just thanking you guys for following our blogs, tuning in, supporting us. We're really grateful for where we're at and that our team is working and we're still able to help partner with you guys and deliver the one-on-one care we want to give to you guys. And that's something we're going to talk about today in this discussion, that we're able to kind of give this great quality care based on how we've set up our practice. So anyways, today we're going to talk about why it's important for you to get a physical therapist that's a sports specific physical therapist, right? So Dr. P, we believe, right, that every physical therapist is unique in their own way, right? They're all have a great skill set and they're all qualified to do physical therapy in a different way, right? But we also believe that if you are getting treatment and you're an athlete, that you should be going and having physical therapy at a place where they're comfortable treating athletes, that they are comfortable with those conditions that are specializing towards the athlete, and that they have the skills, right, and additional training with athletes to be able to do that. So in a lot of places, the medical doctor or the orthopedic doctor has relationships with physical therapy clinics, and they end up sending to their local clinic or someone that they have been marketed to by, and they send there, and that might not be like the best place to be sending your athlete, right? So I don't know, Dr. P, what do we do?
So I feel like everyone just needs to know that just because their orthopedic or their MD gave them a prescription for physical therapy and that logo has like the local physical therapist on it, you don't have to go to the physical therapist that your doctor has sent you. They might be the right fit, but oftentimes they're not quite the right fit. So in California, we have direct access. So direct access means that you straight to a physical therapist without a referral from an MD, or you can also just choose where you want to go. So if the clinic that your doctor has sent you to doesn't seem like it's going to be best for you, or it's not the sports realm that you need, and that's what we're going to talk about, why you need a sports PT, then you can go and do your own research and choose where you want to go. Right. Also, you don't need to go and see an MD to get a referral to come see us. You can just directly come and see us, and then we work on the logistics from there.
Yeah. So like in California, this
is important to know because. Oh, go ahead.
Say it again. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you were.
No, I was going to get into. It's important for you guys to know that you can choose wherever you want to go, because not all physical therapists are trained athletes.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, and you're going to go into that right now, that, why it's important. But we have hope, right? There's hope. There are a lot of physical therapists out there that do work with sport specific PTs. Again, we have direct access. You can directly access any physical therapist you want without a prescription. You can go see a physical therapist anywhere, you know, in California for sure. Many states, I think all states right now have direct access. So some stipulations are a little different, but definitely in California. So talk to us about, you know, again, why it's important, Dr. P. You're about to go into that. What's that, you know, not all physical therapists are trained to work with athletes. Tell us a little bit about why they're not. Why aren't all physical therapists trained to work with athletes?
I know. Who would have thought? You'd think we were all trained. No, well, we all go to through the same schooling, right? And we're
Right.
trained in
Right.
we're trained in the basic but advanced doctorate level knowledge
Yep.
for treating neuro patients, geriatric, outpatient, pediatrics. We can learn how to mold orthotics. So there's lots of information that we learn in school.
Yeah.
And so we're well-rounded in that aspect. But if you don't choose to go a sport-specific route, you're not going to learn, or you're not going to be the best at treating athletes. You can still probably do the basics with them. But there's physical therapists that just treat lymphedema. And there's physical therapists that go to home health. So there's different specializations.
Right.
And if you're an athlete, you're going to want to choose a sports physical therapist that's going to know what to do with you. So sports physical therapists will continue their continuing education, and they'll get additional certifications like a CSCS, which is Certified Strength and Conditioning, CFC, which is what Dr. Brown and I have, Certified Functional Strength Coaches, other certifications like FRC, kinesiotaping, or just having personal training background like NASM, ACSM, something like that. PTs will combine those knowledge bases to become the better sports PTs out there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what separates us from just like a regular office with other PTs.
Yeah. Also, like a lot of times a sports PT, right, goes into that because they played sports. Like, so you and I were both athletes. You were a soccer player. I was a basketball player. You know, we loved sports ourselves. And then, so we're committed in our practice to, you know, to athletes because we were athletes. Actually, we still are athletes, but we're just not that type of athlete. But we're, you know, we're committed to being athletes, committed to practicing what we preach.
Not retired yet.
Not yet. Yeah. So, and also, you know, okay, second reason, right? All therapists are not created equal, right? So, we know, Dr. P, I was saying, we were joking about this, but I was saying, you know, like, you know, I wear a red cape and Dr. P wears a blue cape. And then she said, yeah, specifically it's teal that I like. But, you know, often we see that certain physical therapists will speak, again, that language of, you know, I was a lifter, so I work well with patients that are lifters. You know, Dr. P, you did that. You were lifting, you're competing, you know, and then so when you love getting that lifting client because you really feel like you can help them prevent, you know, improve their mechanics and prevent injuries. You can relate to that, right? And same thing for me. Like I love getting as I've learned more, you know, as I've worked more with soccer players, I love getting that soccer player to work with because I feel like I can relate to that sport now that I've been working with them. But you and I have sports that we've done and that we incorporate that into our practice, but also, you know, we are committed to learning whatever that patient needs to know to do their sport. So you may not have your physical therapist, you know, may not necessarily have played that sport or know that sport 100%, but your sports physical therapist will be committed usually to learning what they need to know for that sport. For example, we work with a lot of ballerinas here, right? So we are not ballerinas. Do not let's not show you my flexibility. It's not pretty, right? But we'll ask our ballerinas, show us what you need to do. Show me, and we're learning through them so that we can completely send them back from an ankle injury back to doing leaps and jumps and sautés. We're learning we're learning their language by asking them to show us so we can program for it. So
And we break down their movements and use our eyes and our skill set to make them better.
Yeah. And so you need to be a physical therapist that is like that is committed to getting your patient back to whatever it is that they need to do. Right. So give me another reason, Dr. P, like what's another reason why it's important to choose a sports physical therapist if you're an athlete?
Oh, we're losing a little connection here.
Oh, there we are. There you go. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So give me another reason why it's really important to choose a sports physical therapist. Give me another reason if you're an athlete. So
so there's many clinics out there. And it kills me when I ask a patient, like, okay, have you had physical therapy in the past? And they're like, yeah, all I did was get ice and stem, and no exercise or no hands-on. So there's clinics out there, and we call them mills in the PT world, and they just kind of like run through patients like a mill, because they book too many patients an hour. Sometimes 3 to 4, or sometimes it's a group setting, and it's not fair to an athlete that really wants to get back to what they want to do. So those clinics are not as ideal for an athlete, or for someone just really that has goals, that wants to like get attention and get things taken care of. And then some of those clinics also, they will just work on like the passive modalities, and I'm sorry, like ice and ESTEM is not going to help you get back to being able to sprint and being able to get back on the field. It may feel good, but it's not what necessarily you need. And that's why coming to a clinic that's all sports related is really going to get you stronger and get you better and back to doing what you were doing and better than you were before.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And lastly, as we move into sort of lastly, I would say it's, when we work with people, our goal is not just to like get them to rehab and get back to the sport, but it's also to get them better than they were before. So our goal is to not just rehab an injury, but it's like to get an athlete, because we get a lot of athletes here that they've never strength trained before or never lifted before. Our goal is you're not just going to be like as good as you were, but you're going to be better than you are or were, and you're going to be able to reduce that risk of injury by learning how to move well, being stronger than you were, being a better athlete than you were before.
Smarter athlete.
And a smarter athlete, right, than you were before. So our goal is make you stronger than you were before your injury. So, yeah. So, again, right, Dr. P, like once again, there's hope, right? We have hope.
There's hope.
There's a new wave of PT on the horizon. It looks like you and I, right? It looks like PTs who are doing one-on-one care and specializing, and that's our goal. We want our patients to get the best. So we're excited for like the future of PT, because there are clinics like us out there right now, right? What would we tell someone to do if they're like, hey, I'm an athlete, I've been doing rehab, how do I find a sports PT clinic? How do I know?
Use that internet. So you go by Yelp, you go by Google, look at the best ratings, you word of mouth, talk to others where they've gone. Do your research, just do your due diligence, and you can always call the clinic and ask questions. A good PT is willing to take a couple minutes to tell you if you're a good fit or not for the clinic. So just do your diligence, because it's your body, it's your time, you got to make it worth it.
Yeah, for sure.
And you'll find good PTs like us along the way.
Yep, absolutely. So as we wrap this up, we would just like to say thank you for tuning in. We'd like you guys to continue joining us. You can feel free to ask us any questions or DM us at Physical Therapy San Pedro on Instagram, Facebook. We're a little active on Twitter. We are putting videos on YouTube. Ask us questions. If you want to find a clinic in your area and you're concerned, feel free to reach out. And anything else you want to leave them with, Dr. P?
No, I think we covered it all. Okay. We hope to see you guys around if you need us.
That's right.
We're your movement superheroes, so come
Right.
and see us.
Okay, thank you guys for joining. Bye.